Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's midnight now here in Cairo, and this is a new edition of Panorama News. In the upcoming 35 minutes, we'll be bringing you the latest of the political, economic and sports news from all around the world. I'm Hani Saif, I'll be your host for tonight, and we'll start off with the political news, where President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi arrived in the Belgian capital, Brussels, on Tuesday to take part in the 6th round of the EU-Africa Summit, which will be held on Thursday at the EU headquarters. The two-day summit will be held under the title Africa and Europe, Two Continents with Joint Vision to 2030. The first round of the summit was held in Cairo in 2000 and witnessed founding mechanisms for participation in accordance with the Cairo Plan. Presidential spokesperson Ambassador Bassem Radi said President al-Sisi will discuss Africa's economic integration into the global economy and the need for providing support to the continent to achieve the 2030 Sustainable Development Agenda. Radi said the head of state would review means to attract more investments to African countries and transferring technology to developing countries, as well as enabling those countries to be more dependent on renewable energy sources. On the agenda of the summit will be preparations for the next UN Climate Change Conference, COP27, in Egypt next November, and means to reach tangible solutions to climate change issues. President al-Sisi is scheduled to probe a joint vision to support the African continent during the coronavirus pandemic and facilitating the fair distribution and accessibility of all technologies related to the pandemic and vaccine production. The head of state's visit will also include talks with King Philip Leopold and Prime Minister, which will tackle bilateral ties and regional international issues of mutual concern, in addition to meetings with Belgian businessmen over trade and investment ties. He will also meet with the EU leaders over bilateral ties and issues of mutual concern. European Union leaders meet their counterparts from Africa on Thursday for a two-day summit that seeks to reboot ties through a pledge of major investment in the face of competition from China and Russia. The European Union is a significant partner of the African Union, and the AU is keen to strengthen ties with the EU, especially in the fields of development, international peace and security, and common challenges.
EU leaders meet their counterparts from Africa on Thursday for a two-day summit that seeks to reboot ties through a pledge of major investment in the face of competition from China and Russia. The European Union is under fire for its response to the coronavirus pandemic. The accusation is that it has hoarded vaccines that could have helped Africa better protect itself. It has also drawn ear for blocking an African-backed push for an intellectual property waiver to allow the generic production of COVID-19 vaccines. The EU points to more 400 million jabs it has contributed to the global GoVax vaccine sharing initiative and its promise to provide Africa some 450 million doses by mid-2022. Europe is now looking to increase funding to help health systems on the continent get jabs into arms. In terms of investment, Europe is hoping that the promise of sorely needed investment can turn it into Africa's partner of choice and provide an alternative to cheap Chinese loans that critics say can become a dead track. Ahead of the summit, European Union Chief Ursula von der Leyen outlined ambitions to mobilize investment of more than 150 billion euros for Africa by 2027. It will go towards priorities including renewable energy, internet access, health and education.
During his visit to Brussels, Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry discussed with the European Union Commissioner for Neighbourhood and Enlargement, Oliver Varelli, means of boosting partnership between Egypt and the EU in various fields. The two sides discussed means of bilateral cooperation in combating climate change and boosting the green change in Egypt. This came in the framework of Egypt's participation under the leadership of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi in the Afro-European Summit in Brussels. Grand Imam of Al-Azhar, Dr. Ahmed al-Taib, met with Saudi Minister of Religious Endowments, Sir Abdul Latif al-Sheikh, on Tuesday. Dr. al-Taib appreciated Saudi efforts in serving the causes of both the Arab and Islamic worlds. For his part, The Saudi minister hailed deep relations between Al-Azhar institution and the kingdom. The Saudi minister is visiting Egypt to attend the 13th Religious Endowments Ministers' Executive Council meetings, which was held under the chairmanship of the Saudi minister. In a separate meeting, the Grand Imam met with a high visiting level delegation comprising of religious endowments ministers and muftis who participated at the High Council of Islamic Affairs Conference. The delegation was led by Minister of Endowments Muhammad Mukhtar Goma, and Goma headed the conference held under the slogan Citizenship Contract and its impact on societal and global peace.